a weathered hand, dark berries. 3 years of daily rituals in the British Columbia wilderness. And then, one summer morning in 2008, everything that Ursula Batchelor believed about wild animals shattered in seconds. Ursula Batchelor had lived on the edge of the forest outside a small British Columbia town for over a decade. She loved the land with a fierce, unguarded heart. And she had made a habit that most wildlife experts consider reckless. She had made friends with the black bears. It started slowly. A young black bear appeared at her property line one spring morning, thin and hungry. Ursula left fruit on the ground, then berries. Then one day, she held them in her open hand. The bear approached and took them gently. She was hooked. Over 3 years, Ursula documented every visit. She gave the bears names. She tracked their seasons, their weights, their moods. She kept meticulous records. She genuinely believed she understood them, and for a long time, they seemed to understand her too. Her neighbor Jim Hollis had come to her door more than once. He told her the bears were losing their natural fear of humans. He said that a bear who stops being afraid of people is a bear that stops being wild. He warned her it would end badly. Ursula listened politely. Then she kept feeding them. Wildlife experts call it habituation, when wild animals lose their instinctive fear of humans. It is not the same as taming. Habituated bears do not become friendly. They become unpredictable. They lose the boundary between human and food source. It is a one-way street. On a summer morning in 2008, Ursula stepped out of her cabin as she had hundreds of times before. The air was cool. The forest was quiet. She held her bowl of berries. She was waiting for a bear she believed she knew. The bear that appeared that morning was large and fast. Witnesses would later say it did not seem to hesitate. It did not seem confused. It seemed to know exactly what it was doing. Conservation Officer Dale Nason arrived within hours. He found Ursula Batchelor alive, but badly injured. The bear had vanished into the forest. What Dale found in her cabin told him everything he needed to know. 3 years of records, 3 years of daily feedings, 3 years of a woman who believed she was building trust with a wild animal. Dale Nason had seen this pattern before. A habituated bear does not attack out of malice. It attacks because the boundary between wild and domestic has been erased. The bear no longer sees the human as separate from food. That morning, something, hunger, territory, instinct, triggered what Ursula had spent 3 years trying to prevent. Officers tracked the bear for days. When they found it, there was no hesitation. A bear that has crossed that line cannot be reconditioned. It cannot unlearn what it has learned. The bear was destroyed. Ursula Batchelor survived. She recovered from her injuries. But she spent years processing what she had done, not out of malice, but out of love for something wild that could never be tamed. Wildlife experts point to Ursula's story as a cautionary tale. Wild animals are not pets waiting to be befriended. Habituation is not trust. It is danger wearing the mask of intimacy. The bears that came to her hand did not become her friends. They became dependent. And dependency in the wild is a death sentence. Today, British Columbia's wildlife management protocols are stricter. Bears that are fed by humans are relocated or destroyed. The forest is not a friend. It is a wild place that demands respect. And the bears that live there are not waiting for our love. They are simply trying to survive. If you love wildlife, the greatest gift you can give is distance. Like and follow for more true stories about what happens when human and wild collide.